Well, guys, welcome to the warm-up. It's your girl, Damo. Damo, what happened? See, what happened was... What's up, y'all? You're now tuned into another episode of Truth Be Told with your girl, Damo. What's good, everybody? You're now tuned into another episode of Truth Be Told. As always, it's your girl, Damo. Pandemic, I moved to Atlanta, I had a rough breakup, I had a crazy ass roommate who used to keep the temperature on 82 degrees. 82 degrees, yeah. I'm not even kidding. So I had to get my life together, and the pandemic really just had me in a chokehold. Seriously. It was rough, but also for this, what I'm starting, the warm-up, I really wanted it to be an in-person experience, and I loved and supported everybody else who was moving to being remote and doing everything virtually, but that's just not what I was looking for. So I'm excited. I hope you guys missed me, but your girl is back. And I thought it would be great to interview myself for the first episode. So let's get into it. Welcome to the warm-up with Damo. I'm gonna be my first guest. And so the warm-up is gonna be an interview series for Black creatives,
It's for Black people anyway!
From music to art to fashion to journalism to whatever you do. I just want to support you and give people more exposure, especially Black creators, because I feel like compared to others, we don't always get the shine we deserve. And so this is just going to be another opportunity to spread some light on what people have going on. And I'm so excited because I am also just such a people person. And I love talking. Yapper certified. And I just can't wait to sit down and introduce you guys to some really great, awesome, talented, gifted people. So that's what you can expect on the warm-up. I'm gonna have a range of different people on. You can expect me. I have a big personality, and that's another reason why I wanted to do the show, to share more of myself and the things that I'm doing as well. And I just have a lot of energy and such a big personality that sometimes it feels like if I don't share it, then I'm just gonna like burst. So this is also gonna be like helpful for me to get my fix regularly. So anyway, I am gonna ask myself some questions. I'm familiar with the questions, but I put them in my mug so they can still be a little bit organic. And I had a friend help me out so that I didn't know exactly what questions would be in here. But now that I've introduced myself, we can go ahead and get into it. Okay, so before we get into some questions, a little bit more about me, the host. So again, I'm Damo. My name is Dominique. You guys can call me Damo now. I usually only let people I like call me that, but here we are. You're gonna be getting to know me very well, so you might as well. I live in Atlanta. I'm from the 757. Shout out to Virginia Beach. Shout out to Chesapeake. And I'm gonna work on not saying so much. And I'm also gonna do my best not to cuss and say a word that I say a lot so much, but God hasn't delivered me from those things yet, so y'all are gonna have to bear with me, okay? But anyway, so I'm an event planner out here in Atlanta. I work for a university and I love my job. On the side, I also create content on my social media platforms and also for Black House Games. So I create Black card games, and it's just Black everything, Black art, Black history, TV shows, movies, entertainment, you name it, it's in our games. So check us out, bhgblackHouseGames.com, buy our games. Also, I'm a volunteer manager out here in Atlanta for some nonprofits, and I do a little bit of a lot. So many things. So that's a little bit about me, but like I said, you'll get to know me a little bit better as the show goes on. So let's go ahead and get into some questions. Who is my favorite creative? Ooh, that is a good one. I know that everybody is gonna assume that I would say Beyonce, and she is one of my favorites. She is my favorite artist, but I would say my favorite creative is probably Jamie Foxx. I love that man so bad. Jamie Foxx is who I consider a super nigga. Like, he does everything well. Like, he can sing, he can act, he can produce, he can write. He's funny as hell, a comedian. And he don't do everything mediocre. Like, he does everything well. A super nigga. Also, like Chris Brown, another super nigga. But yeah, I would say Jamie Foxx is my favorite creative. But Beyonce is like right there because her mind, whew, whew, don't get me started. Y'all know that's my girl. Okay. What's a common misconception about me? Ooh, that's a good question because, yeah, it's like with these types of shows, these interview shows, it's like you don't know how people are gonna observe and perceive you, especially based on like what you intended versus what the impact is. That's hard. I would say the two things I feel I hear the most. Number one is that I'm not nice because I'm actually a really nice person. I could be nicer at times. There are times where I can be mean, but I am naturally a pretty nice person, and I think sometimes I have a RBF, you know, a resting bee face, and especially like if I'm walking somewhere, I'm always listening to music too, so I'm kind of like in my head when I'm walking or going somewhere or really doing anything. I'm just always doing something, multitasking, like thinking and stuff. And so if I don't know somebody or I don't see you, I might not have an immediate smile. And when people see that, I don't know, they just assume that you're not nice. And then people get to know me, they're like, oh my gosh, you're so much nicer than I thought. Yeah. But yeah, I would say that. And also that I'm cocky. I think sometimes people think I'm cocky, and I don't think this. I know that this has happened in my past. It happened a few times, especially in college, where people didn't know me, but wanted to label me and didn't give me a chance either, and would say that I'm cocky because I'm a confident person or because of the way that I walk or because I might speak with confidence. And let me tell you, I am confident, but I'm not a cocky person, and it's never my intention to be a cocky person. So I would say that's another one probably that I hear. But hey, it is what it is. I want you to know I worked very hard to build up the confident person that I am today, and I am not going back to how I was. I was literally bullied as a kid when I was young, and it took me a long time to get where I am, like mentally and emotionally. So hey, when people don't give me a chance, I'm literally like, you're lost. Bye. Anyway, next question. I'm loving these questions. Wow. Who wrote these? What are 3 things I can't live without? Other than God, of course, because he's number 1. Bacon. I love bacon, y'all. Bacon is my favorite food. I cannot live without bacon. The beach. I love the water. I love the beach. I would not be as happy of a person as I am if I didn't have access to a beach or the water, which is one of my only cons about living in Atlanta. I hate being landlocked, but I get to, vacation and travel. So that makes up for that. And the third thing I would say, music, immediately. I listen to music all day, every day, like literally like 97% of the day. I love music so bad, I don't get tired of it. And I also have like so much going on in my mind all the time. It helps me to kind of relax a little bit and like slow down. So yeah, I would say the beach, bacon, and music. Bloop. Let's get into the next question. What should you all expect from the warm-up? So like I said, you're gonna have me as a host. I'll be up here kikiing with my guests, and just you guys will get to know me better, and you'll get to know my guests. You'll get to be able to support new people, learn about people's experience, learn about people's process. And one of my biggest hopes of all is that you'll be motivated. I feel like seeing creatives, seeing artists, seeing people who are gifted share their light with the world, it just inspires me so much, and I'm just so excited to shed a light on that. And so I hope that just a comfortable conversation can resonate with some people, and that hopefully I can have you on as a guest one day as well. But yeah, that's what you can expect from the warm-up. Okay, let's see. What is my favorite compliment? You see, I told y'all I was a certified yapper, because you see how all these questions is for one answer, and I keep giving y'all two because I have two answers for this question. Number one, it's just simply being called beautiful. Like, I have a little bit of a body, so I feel like people bring a lot of attention to that all the time, probably even more so than I hear being called beautiful. And who gets tired of hearing being called beautiful? You know, I just love being called that. So yeah, I would say being called beautiful is my number one favorite compliment. And second, when people say you're a breath of fresh air, oh, I love that. That is just so sweet. I just love that so much, especially like when you're talking to somebody, like having a conversation with somebody new, and they say that just melts my little heart so bad. And I'm not telling y'all these so y'all can be saying these all the time. I'm just being honest. But those are my favorite two compliments. Yeah. I just got happy just even thinking about them. Something a lot of people don't know about me. A lot of people don't know that I write poetry. I've been writing poetry since I was a kid, since I was young, especially right after my father passed. So that's been something that I've been working on as I've gotten older, and I'm actually working on a poetry book right now. So I'm so excited to be working on that, and I can't wait to share it with you guys one day. But it's nowhere near ready, probably half done, and I'm kind of just also trying to figure out what stuff is really for me and what stuff I want to share, because it's such vulnerable information, and yeah, so we'll see. Stay tuned. But yeah, a lot of people don't know that I write poetry, simply because it's not a thing that I share that much, but I do want to start sharing more. A cheat code I believe in. I believe in a few, but let's stay focused. To start my day with God. That is a cheat code I believe in that will literally better your life, is when you start your day with God. So many times we're rushing out the door and we always have so much going on, so much to do, but I feel like my life continues to get better when I remember to take a beat, take a pause, and start my day with God. It could be a song, it can be prayer, which I try to pray every morning anyway, but it could be a devotional, it could be scripture, it can be a sermon, it can be on your commute, whatever makes sense for you. I truly believe when you start your day with God, it's just a better day anyway. So yeah. And this is the last one. Oh, I miss you guys already. What do I do? Oh, I think I spoke on this already, but I am an event planner out here in Atlanta. I work for a university. I don't want to say who I work for, but a lot of you guys already know anyway, but whatever. I guess it's not that much of a secret. But yeah, I'm an event planner, and I'm also hoping to get a part-time job soon, because inflation and the world is crazy. Just everything. It's a lot going on right now. But anyway, that's what I do. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me for my first episode of season 1 of The Warm Up with Damo. I'm just so excited to do this. It's been a long time coming, and I just want to encourage somebody out there, whatever you're thinking about doing, whatever you're thinking about starting, just do it. Just start. We're giving up the idea of perfection over here, okay? You got to start somewhere, and we're just going to grow and learn together. And if you don't like what happens after, at least you can say you tried. You can live with no regrets, but just start where you are. Start scared. Start without the money, and then scale up. You got this. Anyway, thank you guys again for joining me for the first episode of the warm up. I want to dedicate my first episode to my little brother who passed away, Lil Q, and my best friend Lex, who created the warm up logo, and it is beautiful. I love it so much. She's one of my biggest supporters. Love you. Peace. Also, you may have guessed this, but yes, J. Cole is one of my favorite rappers and part of the reason why I named my show The Warm Up. His second mixtape is one of my faves, so shout out to him.